Hello everyone! 안녕하세요. So today is Sunday, January 27th, and it's Blog Day! Woo! So for those of you who have followed my blog, I am notorious for not being consistent. However, the last few weeks I've posted quite a few different little tidbit things because I was on vacation, and I had gotten myself a brand new toy. Well, it's not brand new. I bought it used. It's an iPad 2, woohoo, which has actually made things a lot easier for when I travel. And that was why I got it. I wanted to be able to Skype with family or friends, be able to access the internet, and do blogs, do whatever I do on the internet, and things like that. But not have to take my big giant computer around, which is having its own issues. So, I got myself an iPad and I used it and I put it to good use already last week. If you were looking at that, I hope you enjoyed it. You might have also saw a post called Cooking with Future Housewives. If you followed me for a long time, you know that a while ago, before I moved to Korea, my friend Vicky and I were doing Cooking with Future Housewives cooking videos. But it died very quickly because life happens and we got busy and I moved to Korea. Well, I have decided to start those up again, but not video format because that's a little difficult right now and not entirely me cooking. I've decided that Cooking with Future Housewives is going to be more of just food adventures. And yes, I will be providing cooking things of me experimenting here in Korea, but also stuff that I've gone out and eaten and what kind of like food is here in Korea. There's a couple reasons why I'm doing that. As you can see behind me, my kitchen. Not very big. And we all know that I like cooking. We all know that I need counter space when I cook, and that's all of it. And my oven. My oven is the size of my computer, which is also not very big. So, although I do use it actually quite often for like roasting vegetables and things like that, it doesn't do great wonders in trying to cook a turkey. Not that you can get turkey in Korea, but I also thought that it would just be better for people to learn about Korean food and things like that. In that last blog, you'll have read a little bit about talking about restructuring my blog, which that's what this video is about, is through much thought and reflection from New Year's resolution to kind of think about myself a little bit and where I want to be and what I'm doing here in Korea. I've decided that I want to make my blog easier for myself to continue content, because I'm sure you guys get bored with just me going blah 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 about my life all the time. So here's what the plan is. The plan is Tuesdays I will post something called TCSL, which stands for Teaching Culture as a Second Language. Now, we all know that I'm in Korea teaching English as a second language. But what a lot of people forget is that when you go to a different country, there is a different culture. There's different standards in society, different standards in language, and things like that. And so I'm going to use that segment as like things that I've noticed while I teach or wander around Korea that are different than what I'm used to in America. Which will also be different from a lot of people's experiences, whether they're from America or England or Germany or Korea even, or Japan or wherever. Basically, that is to, how do I put it? An outlet for my passion to learn things about culture. We all know that I'm an anthropology geek. I graduated from UNR with a bachelor's in anthropology, and so I do really enjoy learning things about different cultures, which also involves a lot of history. So there will be a lot of tidbits in that section. On Thursdays is when I plan on posting the Cooking with Future Housewives, or CWFH, and that'll be food related. I will post my own cooking, as well as things like, I got invited to a coworker's house and this is how they're doing things, or I went to this restaurant and this is what it looks like. Things of that nature. And then Sundays, which is today. Sundays will be the WPRR day, which stands for Writing Prompt, Reflection, and Review. Many of you know that the last couple months emotionally have not been very good for me, as it's been the holiday season, and for any expatriate or expat, when you're away from your family and your friends and your support system, being in a foreign country during the holidays sucks emotionally. Even if you're having a fabulous time with your friends here or wherever you live, it still sucks at some level because you're not with the people you love back home, from back home. So, yeah, that was going on. A lot of things that I kind of let myself fall into emotionally. And, recent weeks have also been very taxing emotionally. So I've decided to refocus my energy into my work, which is something that I've needed to do and wanted to do, but I didn't know how. So I took the first couple weeks of January to figure out what the hell I wanted to do as far as teaching. And I'm in the process of working through a semester lesson plan for my students, which I hope that they'll enjoy. And you'll be hearing more about that as time goes on. The other thing that I want to focus on is my health, and that's emotional and physical. And what I will be trying to do is exercising and doing small things for myself that make me feel good, such as wearing makeup. As a lot of people know, I don't wear makeup very often, but it seems like every time I wear makeup and take my glasses off, I just have an overwhelming amount of compliments that I don't know what to do with most of the time. And it's really funny because it's not that I don't get compliments when I'm not wearing makeup. It just feels like I'm putting the extra effort in for myself. So that's that. And then exercising, obviously, for the physical end of it. The other and third part that actually pertains to what this video is the writing portion. I wanted to focus on writing. And that's twofold. One is the blog, and that's why I've restructured it a little bit. And on Sundays, I will be posting the WPRR, Writing Prompt, Review, and Reflection. And that is where I go online and I find some sort of writing prompt that pops out to my head. And I write. Many of you know that I have a story in my head that I can tell you, but for whatever reason, I can't write. And I want to work on that. That's two parts. That's part the writing end of it and part emotional end of it. And then the blog is the other part of the writing section. And on Sundays, I will be posting two things, the writing prompt and then a video. And the video, which is what I'm doing right now, it's just going to be about general stuff, personal things, what happened during the week, how I'm feeling, things of that nature. More just talking instead of writing, because sometimes you just need to talk. So, that's basically what's going on at the moment. A lot of self-reflection as the new year has come around. A lot of trying to figure out who I am again, because, there's been moments in the loneliness that happens when you live by yourself, away from your family. sometimes you lose yourself. And I never used to let that happen. Like, I would catch myself and I'd turn it around and be like, no, bad, don't do that. But I found that I was letting myself do it instead of catching myself, and I don't like that. Because a lot of people know that I'm an optimistic person. Sometimes maybe too optimistic. And I have found that I wasn't being as optimistic as I used to be, and that's not who I am. So, those are the things that are going on at the moment. And I hope that you guys enjoy the restructure. I hope that you like reading about the food and the different cultural aspects, and I'm not going to talk just about Korea. The first few posts are going to be about Korea because, hey, that's where I'm living. But I do want to talk about other cultures because, there's thousands of different cultures in the world, different ways of looking at things. So, that's it for today. I hope everyone is doing well, and I miss everyone back home. And we'll go from there. See you guys next time.